What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Drip Star Jam, and I'm here with Dr. Doug on another episode of Party Poopers.
That's right.
We
That's
need to
right.
get it. We need to get like a sound like. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, we do need to work
I'm,
on
I'm
that.
gonna be. I'm gonna be ready for that. Yeah, we need like a
Puyoka, puyoka.
like a specific one though. Like, but for party, like a party, but like it goes like
Like,
downhill. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, man, this is episode 3. I am excited. We got some good news for our viewers. We got a lot to unpack here today too. How you feeling today, Dr. Doug?
I'm feeling really good. Feeling good about life. Feeling good about just um, my position in life. I got some struggles, got some frustrations, but overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks for asking.
That's solid. I respect that. I think a lot of
Nobody
people.
pooped on me today.
Nobody.
Not today.
Cool. I think a lot of us can relate to that. I appreciate you asking me for how I was doing. That
Yeah.
means,
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
all good. But anyway, man.
Go
So
ahead.
we had Nia on, our
I
sister.
asked how you were doing.
Oh, how oh man, I'm great. I'm anxious, but I think that's a natural feeling. But I think that I should I should be more at peace and put these things in God's hands, but also balance it with doing what I can. So
Hmm.
that's where I am today.
These things, anything in particular, or just in general? Just
um, a lot of things, man. A lot of things.
yeah.
You know, music, nonprofit stuff, videography, clients, training. Um, we got a fitness challenge and weight loss. Challenge coming up very soon. So just trying to compartmentalize all of that. While my dog still got to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Uh,
top tier priority right there.
yeah, man. So,
Agree.
but you know, we'll figure it out, man. We're gonna be all right. Like I said, man, last week
Amen.
we had uh my sister, your daughter, come on, and she was playing the role of Drake's attorney, but she is much more than that. And we really enjoy her conversation on camera. We always enjoy her dialogue in person or when we're on a group call or something like that. So we thought it'd be a good idea to bring her on to have a segment on Party Poopers. So we would like to formally introduce Nia.
Hey,
Hello, everyone. Hello.
What's
hey,
up?
yeah, how you doing,
I'm
Queen?
doing good.
You
You
want to
know,
introduce yourself, or do you want us to tell the world who you are?
My name is Nia Mitchell. I am 22 years old. I am a student at LSU,
What kind of student, Nia?
an academic weapon.
mm,
Well, what do you mean? What kind of student?
I never called myself that.
uh, I am. I have a 4.0 GPA. I am in my junior year. I have one more semester left of college.
Yeah.
Part of the BSU,
Mm.
What do you
and
What do you want to do with your education when you finish this level?
civil defense, philanthropy, social justice attorney.
I remember when you ain't know what you wanted to do. I'm
Wow.
proud of you. I'm I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Coming to college and not knowing like what you want to do, I recommend it. Always know what you want to do.
Mm.
How many times, Nia? How many times did I ask you, what are you doing, Nia? What are you gonna do with that degree?
You asked me a couple times, more than one.
Well, we're
All
proud
right.
of you, and we're glad you're here,
Yeah.
and
I'm
we're
happy to be here.
excited to have you part of this thing.
Yeah, we are. I would like if you could, just be a little consistent with your camera movement here. It's kind of,
Me,
yeah. What's going
I'm
on?
s- I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Does it look good right now?
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? It looks like you're looking to your right. Yeah, yeah. Whatever you were doing just then, you
Look
look.
right here.
Look this way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that way.
Okay.
Look at us.
Mm.
Are you looking at us? No,
Yeah.
I
no.
promise she's not cockeyed. I don't know what's going on here.
I am just a little bit. You know that runs in our family?
No, 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 don't, not over here.
Yes, it
whose side?
does.
Whose side of the family? I've never heard this before.
Every single one of us has like a little bit of cockeyedness. I've noticed.
That's what do they what do they call that? I don't even know what they call that, but dang, you got me looking at my eyes.
Hey, I'm looking at my eyeballs, dog.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I don't claim that though. Well, I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna.
all
I got enough issues. All right. But anyway, man, like I said, I wanted to welcome you to the show. And y'all will be seeing a lot more of her. But today, we're gonna introduce Nia's segment. It's called "Is It That Deep?"
Mm,
And I thought it'd be like a really great topic for Nia because I think she is like the perfect balance between going deep when it needs to and then like y'all tripping, like just chill, just
Mhm.
vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and I low key love that balance in life too. I think you have to. I think it's a healthy balance. So yeah, I'll let you just go ahead and take off with the topic of is it that deep?
So this week, I wanted to talk about the death of a fellow student in Baton Rouge, Caleb Wilson. Like I stated, I go to Louisiana State University. This young man went to Southern University, which is like 20 minutes away from me. Baton Rouge is a very small city. Things get around very fast. Around last week, Thursday, in the morning, everyone's at class. The article comes out saying this man died during a hazing ritual that the Omega Psi Phi fraternity brothers were doing. They took him to the hospital 3 a.m., where he was unfortunately pronounced dead due to unknown circumstances then, but we found out as we was going by, he took a blow to the chest. They beat him up in a warehouse where he passed out and had a seizure and fatally died.
Mm,
So it was so unfortunate. It shook the community. I mean, even if you're down here right now, it's like you can still feel the tension and the awkwardness in
mm,
the air. He's actually having a candlelight tonight
mm,
at the school. And this whole death has put a spotlight on fraternities and sororities, their hazing that is illegal and prohibited. You're not supposed to do it, but of course, people do what they want to do, especially when it just goes is went unlooked for decades and decades. No one says anything until now. Someone's child has died. Everyone is outraged and put a spotlight on them. And of course, the members of D9 and any other fraternities, white fraternities and sororities, are kind of defensive about it.
mm.
mm,
So I just wanted to talk about that for a moment, get some insight, give some opinions on, is D9 really worth losing your life, bodily harm, getting humiliated, bullied for months just to call someone your brother, just to call someone a sister? How can you call someone a brother and a sister when just a couple months prior they were beating you up
Mm.
and hitting you and making fun of you and torturing you for months? How do you just call this person your, how do you look up to this person when they beat you up?
mm.
Well, I think it's it's hard to like. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like one, these are. I feel like the only other people that do this, and I mean, and that's not true either. I was gonna say gangs are like the only other people that kind of do this, but I think even like when I hear like sports, like
Mm-hmm.
or basketball, like they talk about, just what the rookies have to go through, what I'm saying, just to pay their dues or whatever. And I guess that's what this hazing thing is the, them paying their dues to get in. But I guess like, the question is when is enough too much?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think your question was, is it worth it? It was never, it wasn't worth it for me. I went to HBCU where D9 or Greek life is what they call it, is like, a big deal. It's like,
Mm-hmm. They're held on like a high standard.
right. People that was nobodies, like, or, just
No one knew about
no
them,
one
and
knew
now
about
they're
them.
cross.
Right. And once they get them letters, they life change.
They're a complete different person.
Yeah. Like switch up on family, switch up on friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot that comes with that. And, I don't think that all of the apples are bad, because I know some people that really like are still themselves, but it's a lot to unpack there, man, honestly. But I didn't cross or try to get with anybody because I think that was one of the reasons. Like, y'all really like I'm me already, what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this really is gonna amplify me much more than I need, at this point. And so
Yeah. Night being. What was you about to say, Dad?
I I'm a part of what's considered one of the biggest fraternities, the United States military. Right? A lot of people don't think about it like that, um,
Yeah.
or talk about that, but um, you go, aim high, United States Air Force. Uh, but even when I signed up for, my enlistment, we had we went through this thing called basic training, but it's certainly not equivalent to what I guess what you would see in some of these college these collegiate hazing experiences. We had people in our face, we had people hollering at us, telling us to pick up your bags, put them down, stand up, sit out, foolishness. It was crazy, but it wasn't reckless. So you had
Mm-hmm.
your face, you had people um any time of the day, any time of the night, just hollering at you, just and but no one ever put their hands on us. No one ever really no one humiliated, us either. So there was checking, if you weren't holding your weight or if you weren't pulling your weight, um, then somebody would let it be known. But there was never that, there was never a moment in my during that experience where I felt like my life was in jeopardy or my health was in jeopardy, safety was in jeopardy. And I think one of the things that so unfortunate and tragic and with this situation, and again, and we're um speaking about this while somebody's mourning over the loss of their other, whatever the case may be. And it's so it almost it brings chills to my puts chills on my skin to think about what I would the rage that I would experience if one of you had to, somebody told me that one of my kids or somebody that I love, just was essentially murdered, murdered by some people that they I imagine considered, as you said, Nia, um,
They
someone
looked up to them.
to, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my question to the both of you, who are one of you college grad, and Nia, you're about to graduate. Now I've asked you both. What is it? I've asked you, Nia, do you want to do that? Are you considering that? Jalen, you never ever mentioned it. What is it that prevented you or steered you away from wanting to identify or wanting to join a fraternity or a sorority?
I
Why
really
was
just
why
didn't
was
want to.
that important to you?
It wasn't important to me because I was focused on other stuff. It was never like something that I really wanted to do. I was focused on my academics more than anything.
Mm. But people pursued you, or at least invited you. Did anybody ever like approach you from any of these sororities? Okay,
Mm-mm.
I guess they just knew you. You just think that you just got your own. You got your own vibe. You don't necessarily need to be associated or clicked up with nobody. I guess I don't know. Do people typically associate or can approach you, or do you have to seek someone out in the fraternity or sorority?
It's usually you have to seek them out, and it's all about discretion.
Mm,
Discretion is a big part of it. No one's supposed to know that you're seeking, trying to be in a Greek organization until you're appropriate. So it is a secret.
mm.
Yeah. I never really no, actually I did want to I had a lot of influences, not a lot, but couple influences on joining a fraternity before I actually went to college, and I thought I would, once I got there. Um and I went in open minded too, because the influence is kind of like, was like, yeah, you need to do this, but everybody's different, and I kind of just wanted to feel out, how my situation would go. But one, I yeah, I didn't reach out to anyone like, hey, what's going on? And the line that I was interested in, the organization I was interested in, they were shut down because of hazing.
Mhm.
They were shut down the whole 4 years I was in school, so that kind of did it for me. Um, and the other organizations was just a big no because it was corny to me.
Mm.
And not just the organization itself, but
The people in it.
the people in it. Like I said, with the
Mhm.
influences that I had, I think those are some of the coolest people I know, and definitely have a lot of influence on who I am today. But um, I don't think it's the same. I think when they cross, I just think it's a little bit different. They do things different. It used to be about like community,
Community,
yeah,
Mhm.
helping out,
helping philanthropy.
yeah,
Mm.
networking
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I could rock with that, but just getting in it to, you know,
Hmm.
bounce around and do whatever in a party, what I'm saying? I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
I can't even dance anyway.
Yeah, I think over the past few years, they definitely lost the plot. More and more people join these organizations for popularity, to feel like they're cool, to get in free at parties,
Yeah.
to just wear the letters, not because of community or because of service. Like, the reason why these organizations were founded, which in turn, when people get into it for the wrong reasons, then a lot of horrible things happen, such as this death, because a lot of ego is in it now, and a lot of people are on power trips. They never had any bit of authority, so once they do, they abuse it.
Mm.
No, there are at least 9 boys that were there that night that were all getting beat on, and no one had the courage to say stop. He can't take anymore, or this isn't right. And once he passed out, once he had a seizure, they just dropped him off at the hospital. No one stayed with him, and they left the hospital and went to another location to build a lie. And no one in the fraternity said we shouldn't do this. No, they just kept being followers. And I think that's what the organizations are becoming today, just a group of followers.
Yeah,
There is a point. And then I saw on Twitter someone a Kappa, he said, "Oh, if you're not in a Greek organization, you should sit this conversation out."
crazy.
This is murder.
Yeah,
Y'all are murder, y'all murdered someone and then y'all tried to cover up, and I think a lot of people are not realizing the seriousness of this situation because these are academic organizations. But this is literally true crime. And what makes you think just because you are a part of a D9 organization that you're exempt from criticism, that you're exempt from a spotlight? No, y'all killed somebody, so people are outraged and people are going to talk about it. No one cares that your feelings are hurt just because you are a part of D9.
I think
Cause
they've gotten away with so much too because like from that angle, like y'all can't speak
mhm,
on this because y'all not us. But
y'all not a part of it.
like
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, like come on, bro. You know,
That's why they got away with it, because no one speaks about it. Everybody's like tiptoes around it, but no,
yeah,
we
yeah.
need to talk about it.
That's a very, very solid and salient point, Nia. I think we touched on that the other day. There's certain things that need to be discussed, that people aren't talking about. There's things that so many things that people are talking about that really don't matter, right? In the grand scheme of
Hmm.
things. These a lot of the significance of these organizations um, were certainly I guess certainly more meaningful at a different in a different time in a different time and place. I think when um, the secrecy that these the missions and I guess the different types of I guess the different things that these organizations stand on, I guess, has been shrouded in secrecy for so long. I guess at one point in time there was a necessity for that to set some things apart in order to keep a thing pure or to keep a thing together. I think one of the things that we probably don't have time to discuss um, is that these organizations were necessary. They were necessary, and I think they were relevant at a point in time. I guess my question to you guys and also to the masses would be: Are these organizations are they relevant in this moment in time, and are they something that should be dismantled completely? And I guess that's the conversation that's an ongoing conversation. Go ahead, Nia. God bless you.
Um, thank you. Should they be dismantled? I think they still contribute a lot to the community. But as for all of these requirements and like the standard that we hold them so high to, it should lower, because since they're held so high to a standard, people are like more pressured to do these crazy things in order to join them. Joining a D9 organization.
Who's creating this standard? Like the standard that you're talking about? Who set it, and who's holding these people accountable to maintaining this standard that you're talking about?
The people that's been in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like she
The
mentioned,
organizations.
yeah, like she mentioned, like the people that you talking about, like how they act.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you
The
mentioned
service that they do.
okay,
Like I said the other day, Kamala Harris, she was an AKA. A lot of these people in these organizations are very important people: actors, presidents,
Yeah.
congressmen,
Yeah.
judges, lawyers. But there's also people, congressmen, lawyers, that are not AKAs and not. So the more community work that they do, it adds on to the organization's name, aka Omega Psi Phi Alpha. Like Shaq.
Mm.
Shaq is a important basketball player, and he's also Is Shaq a Q?
He's a Q. Steve
And he's also
Harvey.
known for Steve Harvey.
Um, some other, I think, I can't really think of. I know Martin Luther King was the alpha though.
Yeah.
Um, but so it's a lot of them, that, like you said, that put a
The
positive impact, on.
on their organization.
Yeah, for sure.
So in turn, people held them at a standard because of the people that's affiliated with it.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, what do y'all? So, and this is like a question that I ask about a lot of stuff. I guess my question is like, what now? You know what I'm saying? So, and that could be a lot of things. Me and my friends were talking about it last night. I'm like, if you're the parents, what do you want?
Well, I
I
think
would.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Nia.
No, would you say that? Because you are a parent.
I'm a parent. I'm also I'm just a regular dude that um feels things on a deep level when something like this happens, in our community. Especially when senseless things happen like this, especially in a place uh, where young people should be, should feel safe, and should feel safe and should be able to experience. Um, they experience that collegiate experience, have a good time, learn, grow, evolve without something like this ever having the opportunity to take place. So there needs to be. You say what now? There certainly needs to be greater degree of accountability from the top down.
Mm,
From these universities. It's unfortunate. Now it's unfortunate again as that somebody's got to come. Somebody's got to come from the outside or from the top and to regulate the behavior of people that should be responsible enough to regulate themselves. But when you misbehave, and that's something that we talk about a lot. When you misbehave, you do goofy things, you get goofy outcomes, and then now you got people that will come and force you to do the things that you should do, or perhaps just take that thing away. It would be really unfortunate if somebody decided that. Look, we said we were going to talk about Trump, but later on in the show. But look at how somebody like and this president is basically wrecking organizations, reaching inside these organizations. It's not implausible to think that somebody might just shut these organizations down. I think they're not allowed to do whatever it is that they do on your campus, right, Nia, on LSU right now.
What you mean? Oh,
Not even,
no, no
it's two different
intake are
campuses, right?
like. What you
hmm?
say?
So those two different campuses. It didn't happen at LSU.
Yeah, no
But
intake is allowed at Southern. Huh?
it's impacted. Has that impacted
My
the
school?
the fraternities or sororities at your school?
No.
Okay, but you don't
All
have.
of our lines already came. What you say?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All of our lines already came out. Southern's lines usually come out around this time, but right now they're not letting any lines out. And I heard that they're not gonna no lines are gonna be produced from Omega Sci-Fi for the next 8 years. And for that campus, Southern campus, the Qs are not coming back to Southern campus. They're done with.
So at the camp, and that's big. That's a big deal. But I'm not gonna lose some
Mhm.
sleep over it. Do y'all think they should show up to the candlelight tonight?
Hmm.
No. Mm-mm. I don't think. And if you, the Qs here have been quiet. They're quiet. Even the Qs at LSU, they haven't said anything. Rest in peace to Caleb Wilson. Oh, we feel for him. Absolutely radio silence. No, they should not show their faces there because they're the ones. They're all covering it up. They're actively covering up this boy's murder.
Hmm. So you think they should sit it out? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to. Definitely wanted to shed light on the situation, and you know, sending love and condolences to Caleb's family, Caleb Wilson's family, but um, and wish the best on this situation, and you know, but I'm definitely ready to
And
move
pray
on.
for justice.
Right, for justice, he
Pray for
definitely
justice.
him and his family definitely deserve it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Somebody gotta pay for that.
Somebody going to jail.
Yeah.
Juan de Giel.
All right, y'all. I want to make a pivot, move on. I know we pretty much talked about.
By the way.
You said what?
No, I was just thanking Nia for bringing that, that insight.
Hmm.
Y'all are welcome.
It's true.
Yeah, I think that's what's special about having you on here. Like, not only are you educated, knowledgeable of the D9 culture, you're right down the street from when this just happened. So it's dope to. I don't think we could have been able to like give that take on that. So
Of
thanks for
course.
bringing that in.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I want to talk a little bit about uh, black wealth versus black reality, right? And so, oh my God, did y'all hear my train?
Hey, we still hear it.
It's, I might hear it again. It's just getting started. This is very ghetto, but anyway, yeah, we're gonna let it go by.
Black wealth. As soon as you said black wealth and black reality, the train.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get out of here. One day I'm gonna move out the hood. They put trains in the hood. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah. I used to
Well,
live near a train track.
yeah, we working on it though. Hopefully, this not a long train. We're gonna wait one more horn, right? All right. Anyway, so the subject, the black wealth versus black reality, something that kind of stood out to, and I kind of really just, you know, started looking more into it because at first it was just like, you know, I don't think that's what this show is about. Like sometimes we just kind of go with the flow. We see these things, we just swipe past them, but a lot of these things, like just like your segment, are deep. And
Hmm.
so I really wanted to touch on this whole Jalen Hurts chain situation, right? So um, as you can see, oh hold on, I'm gonna get the pendant in there. So you see it's going crazy, man. You got the diamonds all over the thing, and pretty much what it was, and once he did this, everybody kind of took it to Twitter and Instagram, like his chain making these rappers chains look like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That NFL versus rap money different, which indeed it is. But I kind of just wanted to. I think it's a deeper. Y'all like that last one better? I think this was cool. Y'all like this one?
Yeah, I like this one better.
Okay, cool. I think it's a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like why? You know what I'm saying? The we I seen probably like this kid, probably like 14 years old. I'm talking about diamonds all over the watch, you know what I'm saying, yesterday, like working in this tech store. And I'm just like,
Mm.
why do we gotta have that? Why do we have to, like fake it till we make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause me personally, like you see, I got my little chain on. Like I don't I think I had a nice chain at a point in time, but I just don't really I don't really get why we glorify them so much.
Chains.
It's kind of like the how if somebody's doing well.
Yeah, it's just a display of wealth, a display of money.
Hmm.
Like, look at what I got. This costs this much. You
Yeah,
could never pay for this.
yeah.
Bragging almost.
In my perspective, like sometimes I come with a global perspective. Sometimes I come with a cultural perspective. But having been to going to Africa, where I seen kids don't have mattresses, don't have you know toilets, they don't have what I'm saying, a lot of the list is long, but to see somebody go spend, 200,000 on a chain, and they still got IT struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a lot to unpack there too. So I'm gonna let y'all have the floor on that.
Yeah, people's priorities are messed up. I don't really think it's that important, but athletes' chains do shine brighter than rappers' chains. Maybe they go to like different jewelers or something.
Isn't it ironic? And y'all probably have heard this before that it took 400 years to break free from chains, and now here we are, spending everything we got. Now an NFL player and a rapper can go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars on a chain, and
Mm-hmm.
but and a lot of those chains don't necessarily retain their value. So
Mm-hmm.
or there a lot of them aren't even real. I can't remember who said that. I can't remember who said that they would never. It might have been Ocho. Ocho he said it. He never wears real diamonds or um. So that's somebody that's a little bit more astute with their money, and I think it's important astute with their money and their wealth versus somebody that will go out and spend copious amounts of money and then need to go upon that, maybe in a year or two or three when the taxes. I mean, there's countless stories about these people who end up losing these things that they throw this money. If you throw money into something that's not considered an asset, then it's more likely you lose in the end. But I think something that needs to be said is that, Nia, when you mentioned these are these are reflections of money and wealth, are they really, or is it more about status? Or this this image, or just presenting an image that appears a certain way. If I rock it, if I can go out and put on a thing, even if it's not real, it makes people see me a certain way. So
Yeah.
I think it's attached to identity, or the in some way, form or another, when we have to go out and buy things to show other people. I used to have a teacher that called it conspicuous consumption. We buy things so that others, um, that will give others the what's the word I'm looking for, Nia? The give others the impression that we got it, that we got money in the bag, and that's a I don't know, that's problematic within our culture, and for certain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much deeper than diamonds too. You know what I'm saying? It's like designer too. I think
Yeah.
all three of us like really nice things, but it's like
People are just buying stuff that they don't
If
need.
you if you had $100 million, would you do it? Would you
Would I
buy?
buy a chain?
yeah,
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 Yeah.
buy a chain, a $300,000 chain,
Three
I would
hundred dollars.
100,000.
300,000 or 100,000.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I would.
Do it.
I would. But
So what makes you different than anybody?
because these rappers is not making $100 million.
Yep.
Okay,
Because
if you had 10
Did
million.
y'all see Big Meech made $5 million off BMF and then lost it all?
I've
Was
heard that.
Lose
BMF?
it all? Huh?
Heard he wasn't a good steward of his money.
Mm.
He
Was
was buying them chains and them ugly clothes.
who was
B,
BMF?
you know who Big Meech is, right?
Yeah.
So that's his son, Lil
His
Meech.
son.
Oh.
And
He
so
was gonna show
on a big show, he
our
was on
BMF.
BMF,
Yeah.
right? You know, so the whole little Detroit, Atlanta movement they had going, why Big Meech was in jail. 50 Cent recreated a show about that, and
Mm-hmm.
Lil Meech played his dad.
Oh, I do remember
Yes.
that.
Hmm.
And now what's happened?
He made $5 million from that, from his in total from doing that show, which that show came back out in when 2020, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Basically, all his money is gone. He was spending it on stupid stuff, stupid clothes, chains and stuff.
Hmm.
50 Cent, all he got. 50 Cent
Strippers.
said all he got left is some jeans. But no,
Oh man, we shouldn't be laughing on nobody's pain like that.
and
But
he
man,
know.
Yeah.
And can you imagine your boss calling you saying you ain't got no money and you broke? Like
All
50
you got
Cent
left is some
was signing his
jeans.
checks. That's crazy. But
man,
yeah, man. I hope that our community, like, so if look back to your question, if I was to get $100 million, like, and I bought myself a $100,000 chain, best believe everybody around me is good. And not just around me, but people that I don't know, people that causes that I care about, like they gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? But it's, man, that's so tricky. Like it's tricky. Like I know people too who have access to bread and or access to look like they got bread, and them leeches start coming.
Hmm.
And so it's a tricky situation,
it's not
but
tricky. It's something that's deeply embedded in our culture. They just the anything um, that will cause you to spend impulsively or compulsively is a problem. So it's typically a problem unless you got now. Let's just well, it's a stretch to say that it's a problem, but it's something that should be examined.
Hmm.
If you think about all of the good stuff that you could do with that $100,000, think about all the people that will go hungry as a result of you spending that on a plate, or giving somebody groceries for 6 months or a year. I mean, of course, that's we were not really conditioned to think like that. But I'm saying, but why not? What I'm saying, why are we more conditioned to go out and spend? I met this a guy here. He was just showing me a chain that he spent $30,000 as a baseball player. It's a beautiful rose gold chain. It's got his name engraved on it. He said $30,000 on his chain, and he's going to give it to his son. Now I'm pretty sure he can take that gold chain and get more money for it than he paid for it, because gold is up. But a lot of these chains that these rappers and I imagine these ball players are buying, they probably won't be able to resell the thing. So it's something, I guess, to consider if you're thinking about life or building wealth long term. Is Why would that be important to you? A lot of the wealthiest people that I know,
yeah,
never they would never do that. They would never, go out and spend money on something like that. They're thinking about their future. They're thinking about their kids' future. So I think it's just something that's kind of connected to our culture, that
Yeah.
not necessarily right or wrong, but it's something that certainly a big. I think that is connected to us in a specific way. Go ahead, Nia.
I think black people in general are just show offs. Like we do a lot. We love fancy clothes. We love extravagant hairstyles. We're different. We're trendsetters. And the changes are a show of that.
yeah, it just pretty much says I made it.
Mhm.
I think that's what they think it says, but look, bro.
But we spend far more money. We're the biggest, considered some of the biggest, or one of the biggest group of consumers in the world. We spend more money than small nations. 50 something million people in the United States, and I guess collectively we spend more money than nations.
Mm,
So, but yet the majority of our people are not wealthy. Uh,
Mhm.
mm.
Are
so
poor.
poor.
That's deep. That's deep right
So
there,
you
man.
don't. That's. I mean, don't you think that's problematic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, that's really deep. Honestly, I don't really even want to take a dive into that, but it's really deep because
I mean,
it's
we pooping on some people, but and people ain't. They don't care. They gonna keep. They gonna keep, like you say, Nia. Gonna keep being flashy, keep flexing,
Yeah.
and keep wanting to identify with things that really don't. That doesn't really tell the whole story.
and I think a lot of our intentions behind the things that we buy are for the wrong people. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
People just want to show off.
show off. I've seen some people like go
Yeah,
buy.
you show off.
Mm,
What you mean I show off? This is me. This is who I am.
tell them.
So when you get your nails done, when you get your hair done, your baby hair, that's all about you, or is it about perhaps putting that on because you know that other people are watching you and observing you? Does it have anything to do with that? And maybe that's not the show, but
I present myself nicely.
of course you do. Remember when I would say to you, Nia, you don't have to go out and spend all that money that you don't have. Put put a wig on top of beautiful hair that you have. Remember, we battled it out on that for years
Hmm.
about you spending money that's not yours, to put to impress another person. But you, of course, you said that it was deeper than that, and you said that it was a protective style and yada yada yada. So I kind of backed off, but I do think that there's more to it than it just being you.
Well, I never wore a wig to impress anybody except myself. If I want to wear a wig, it's because it looks good on me. I would look good in a wig. I don't wear these braids for you or anybody else because other people would like to see me in the braids. I think I look really good in these braids, so I'm gonna get them and I'm gonna wear them. Um,
Guess you didn't
I
poop on that party.
I like getting my nails done. I like the way they make my hands look, and I like doing my edges. I don't want to walk around with my edges not done. Someone told me if you walk out with your edges not done, that means you walked out without taking a bath. So every day I wake up, I do my edges.
Who said that?
What about what are some of my family on my mama's side?
That's one of the most ignorant things I done heard in a decade. Well, anyway,
Hey, I don't think it's too far fetched. I don't think it's too far.
so if your edges is raggedy, your ass is dirty.
Yes, that's basically what she said.
Boy,
It's a high possibility.
black people.
It is a high possibility.
That's like if you ain't brush your hair this morning, you
You didn't
probably
brush your hair, that means you didn't brush your teeth either.
probably yeah. Wow. Yikes, we got some work to do, y'all. But nah, I think that's pretty solid, man. And I think yeah. So yes, I promise on everything I love. If I was gonna get $100,000 chain, wouldn't be for nobody. It wouldn't be to flex on nobody. Everything I got going on, like you know, literally my life is a flex, right? But I ain't trying to flex on nobody.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people just flex and they don't mean to. You know?
Right, yeah, right. And so I'd rather it be like that. But if I gotta go,
Their aura is a flex.
come on, come
Come
on.
on,
I,
Aura.
I don't gotta go broke trying to
Yeah.
impress. I'm not gonna do it. I think I might have did it one time. But and, I mean even my car, you know what I'm saying? So it's a nice car, but I didn't get that for nobody. I genuinely wanted that car. Look at him. I really wanted that car. I really wanted that car.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely would spend $100,000 on a chain if you had.
I would.
Probably if you had 150,000, you probably go out and spend 50,000 on the chain.
Are you crazy? No.
Okay, right.
I get a $30,000. But man, moving along, man. We man, I'm kind of torn where we're gonna go, but um, I guess we could talk about Elon, just briefly, y'all. I don't really want to spend too much time on it, but it's like when we talked about earlier about the discretion, about the D9 situation. I don't think that Elon is hiding, but because he's very vocal, very Twitter finger heavy, but I think that he is up to something. I'm just not. I can't really put my finger on it. Have y'all considered that or care about that?
The man is racist. Did y'all see the post where it was someone saying they should pardon Derek I don't know how to pronounce that
Rick
man last
Chauvin.
name.
Chauvin.
Derek Shaw. Yeah, Chauvin. Did y'all see that? And he was like, "Oh, this is something to think about."
Yeah,
Mm.
he did just
He's
say,
not trying to hide it at all.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't get it, bro. Like, why is that your concern, bro? You a billions, man. Like, why?
But
Why?
yeah, he wants to be the president's wife so bad in situations that he just should not
The
be
president's wife?
in.
I could. That's crazy.
You trying to say that Elon and Trump are in bed
Yes.
or secretly want to be? That might be.
They have a weird relationship.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
I think he tweeted something the other day and he was like, "My love for Donald Trump is the closest to a gay
Mm.
relationship as it gets." Something like that.
Yeah, I'm done with this topic. I don't even know. But I wouldn't.
Hold up. You know what? I got to speak on. When he was elected the first time, I always said to myself and to others when I was kind of goaded into talk about this nonsense, I would say, what is it that, or how is it that another grown man would essentially just keep another man's private part in his mouth like that? Like why are you talking about? Why are we? How? Where did how did in the world did we get here? Essentially, what I'm saying is that
Hmm.
where you have grown men that become fanatics of these weird as people. I mean, yeah, everybody should have a superhero. Everybody should have somebody that they can emulate in life. But it seems like the people that are in these elevated positions, these positions of authority, are weird. They just
They're
weird,
weird.
right? You're goofy, and I could think of 100 other adjectives, but I'm just so I can't express the irritation that it causes me, particularly when black people will sit up here and talk about these people as if they're heroes, you know. So when you mention somebody, Elon considered to be the wealthiest man in the world. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that.
Oh, it was Jeff Bezos.
My understanding is that
It's
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
That's
Now
crazy.
I don't know that could be propaganda and we don't even know we don't know if that's true or not. There's some very very wealthy people all over the world. There's certainly some super 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 rich people in Africa, and I'm sure that Donald Trump and Elon Musk, I'm sure they would want the world to believe that they're the richest people, but we don't know. We know they got a lot of power, right? But
Hmm.
reckless, another form of recklessness, but recklessness from people that have like unbridled power. So this man can walk in the White House, attend all these so-called official meetings, stand over the president, in a very disrespectful way. That can't happen nowhere else in the world where you have a king, quote unquote, and president, or a king or president, and then you have somebody um, towering over him, and um, with a man, regardless of how much money he has, he's not the king, he's not the president, standing in the king's office with a kid on his shoulder in a t-shirt, you know, and then have the audacity, and perhaps we can pivot here, the audacity to clown this Zelensky, the guy, the man from Ukraine, about not wearing a suit. You, you got one man, you got one. So there's over here, there's a word in the military. It's called decorum. Y'all probably heard of decorum before.
Mm-hmm.
Just a certain type of attitude, a certain type of what is it? Just a certain like
Posture.
posture, all those things, right? That
Mm.
you're going to have, that you need to have when you when you're in the presence of royalty, or something that would be considered. I don't consider either one of them royalty, but
Yeah,
those are my thoughts. It's just a weird time and place.
it is a weird time.
So what do y'all think? Y'all think that's okay? You think it's okay for a man just to be able to act any kind of way just because he got bread? You think it's
No,
okay?
not on any level, honestly. Not on any level. Not on any level.
Um,
So what kind of message does that send to, what kind of message does that like extend to the masses when you got people at the top, so-called the top level, acting like donkeys?
I think a lot of people are laughing at America right now because having money, having power is not an excuse to be lame and corny.
Mm,
And a lot of people use it as such. But
mm,
I mean, your lameness and your corniness is always going to show and it's always going to bleed through. Like, money is not gonna hide your personality no matter where you throw it at and no matter what place your money takes you. If you're a horrible person, you're a horrible person, big
mm.
chain or not.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it with the money sometimes in his in this circumstance, it gives him like more eyes. It's more eyes on him. So it is people that, what I'm saying, that maybe look up to him or follow him, in a way that, they may res- have less respect for the White House now, or just, formal, like super formal settings. But I mean, I literally was just, with our family member, who plays in NFL, has a, a decent amount of money, and um, he was way more polite than I was, and sometimes it struck me because I was just like, dang. And what I'm saying, we'd be out and he just super graceful. This guy is taking pictures for other people who don't even know who he is. Opening the door for people, like just really nice. Just a whole lot of manners. So I mean, so it goes back to your question about like, what does that say for people that you know? I think it does have a lot of impact on who looks up to him, who subscribes to what he does. Um, because I think that's just a natural thing. Um, so you know, I think that relates to what we was talking about earlier too, just about how available money is now too, how easy it is to get it, right? So these people that get money that have been privileged all their lives, or have been, like Nia said, lame all of their lives, it just amplifies it, and it gives them no boundaries.
Mm-hmm. I think because they have money and power, they can do whatever they want, act however they want.
And they can,
Mm-hmm.
because and they can, but you know,
People gonna call you up. People gonna see through the BS
You said they
at the end of
can,
the
but
day.
there's yeah, people with money and power can move differently, but that doesn't mean that there won't be consequences to their actions, or an end result. Typically, like, even y'all have heard of the word Babylon. You've heard of the word. I don't know if you heard of this huge nation, that basically fell. There's because of the pride, and because of the pride of the king, and because of um, just because of the lack of integrity and the lack of just the core foundation. So you look at, you mentioned Elon, kind of touched on Trump. The whole Nia mentioned, you said that you mentioned how the whole world is laughing, at America, but not only laughing at America, but I think a lot of people are disappointed, not just outside but inside. These the so-called the people that supported him are now disenchanted and mad and irritated. Your grandmother said something about eggs. She asked me today how much are eggs over here. I'm like, what's going on over there? Over there is not affecting over here. This I think I heard her say eggs are $5, $5 or $6 or something ridiculous. So
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, Trump is the guy that said that everything was going to go down, but a lot of those people that voted for him was believing in what he said. A lot of those people that barely can afford their groceries are now they're looking at losing their Medicare. People that are 65 and up, are going to be forced to figure out whether or not they go back to work, or whether or not they eat, less to manage their fares, because the money is going to be funny now as a result of this guy. A lot of these people lost their jobs. What Elon just came in there to start, and his Doge thing to start wrecking agencies, and it's going to be a lot more of that. He talked about Social Security, he talked about the VA, and touching on that. So it's so many things that's connected to I guess that whole story. You said that you think that he's up to something. Nah, he's clearly up to something. He's a powerful man, and in my opinion, he's wicked.
Wicked and reckless for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I used to want Tesla, but I would never remember. I used to stay in them Teslas.
Hmm.
Get
Mm-hmm.
some of that money back.
Now he owns Twitter. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just, what are you
They were
doing?
Messed
throwing
it up.
beads at Cybertrucks this at Mardi Gras.
Mm,
They were like chucking them at him. They cracked his window.
mm.
And that man is African. He African, right?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that man is African? Now, backstory, he's considered Afrikaan. He's not, so the white people, or a lot of those white or Europeans that ended up in Africa, are not Africans, they're Afrikaans. So apparently he comes from some wealthy family, and something happened where his family had to leave, or they were forced out. There's something is really, it's an interesting story um, associated with him and his connection to Africa. And he has a lot of I don't know if y'all heard about it. He is also involved in preventing aid from reaching starving children in Sudan. I don't know if y'all, there's this organization, I believe it's called US Aid, and he decided, the richest man in the world. And again, while we're even having conversations about these things, with him being involved is really outrageous, which is one of the reasons why I'm just so irritated with the whole American vibe. I'm a part of it, but and I'm grateful for so many different things, but at the same time, the audacity of a man that was not even from America. He was doesn't I don't know how he got his citizenship, but here he is deciding, making these major decisions for people that can't even do for themselves. So the richest man in the world, basically making decisions that will cause people to starve, some of the poorest people in the world to starve. And so those are some of the things that he's involved with. Shutting down industries. When Trump says that it's going to be difficult for a little while, people are not going to have to worry about whether they can buy a car, or whether about the price of gas, because they won't be able to afford a car.
Mm.
So these are the things, when I talked to you, when I was telling you, when we were talking during the election time, and I was trying to convey to you, like, these decisions have implications. Remember, we had that conversation. And a lot of black people were saying what these D9 people were saying. Y'all need to sit this out. A lot of these people were saying, this is not our fight, this is not a battle, but a lot of our people are going to be impacted by the decisions that these people, these conservative and these uber conservative right people are making. So y'all got to pay attention, and you need to be knowledgeable. But anyway,
Mhm.
that's I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole on that, but
You went there.
It's okay.
I think it needed to be said. Stop playing. Y'all need to raise your voices, especially Nia with your civic, your civic duties and responsibility. You, Jalen, I got
That platform. I mean, we doing it.
let's do it. Like, what I'm saying, about 10,
It's
20 years. I don't want y'all. I need y'all to get this bread because I might need to ask y'all for some money. All right, where we going next?
Man, I think we've actually had good conversation. I don't want to like force any other ones, to be honest. And any other topics on your heart before we kind of close it out that y'all like that y'all want to talk about?
No.
I think I certainly would like to leave, or would feel. I think it was remiss if we didn't mention Angie Stone,
Yeah,
um, the passing of Angie Stone.
yeah,
Uh, I know that y'all didn't really know who she was, but or weren't familiar with her music, her legacy, but she was like an icon in the soul R&B, or this whole new neo soul, or what y'all know as neo soul. She pretty much was definitely a pioneer in that. I think I shared with you, Nia, that she was responsible for, I think, bringing D'Angelo, and I may be wrong about that. I do know that she and D'Angelo have a kid together. He's a grown man now, but incredible talent. Passed away, and driving from Alabama somewhere, I think, to perform, and the car turned over. I think three or four people were in the vehicle, but she was the only one that passed away. So
Aw.
rest in peace, Angie Stone.
Rest in
yeah.
peace.
Wasn't she? Wasn't she an actor too?
Yeah, she was definitely in some movies. She was
Mm.
incredible, man. And
Oh.
yeah, you should check her out because she was right now. People are saying that she knew too much and she talked too much about certain things, and that so there's this conspiracy
Oh,
Mm.
really?
thing that's circulating. But I don't know if there's any
Truth to
um,
that.
teeth that we could sink into that. But unfortunately, a great one. She's a great one that passed away way
Rest
too
in
soon.
peace, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
So we're
And
gonna that song, brother. If y'all haven't listened to it, please listen to that song. And again, it's unfortunate we can just gloss over this, but we talked about how before the show we talked a little bit about how the media chooses, especially American culture, kind of chooses its heroes and heroines. Um, and I'm not sure if either one of you know it, but March is considered Women's Month. Did y'all know that?
yeah,
So shout out, salute to all the incredible women, particularly Black women out here doing their thing. Nia, we got an incredible woman right here, academic weapon, you know, um, in the house. So we salute you. But think about this as we close, like the stuff, the algorithms, the things that that's fed to us, that may not necessarily have significance, but has relevance because somebody decided that it's relevant, i.e., the Taylor Swifts of the world, and her outfits and her relationship, and her relationships. How Just think about how much press that this lady gets, that she gets on a regular basis, versus somebody like an Angie Stone, who is thousand times more talented, is just no, and has contributed to something that that's near and dear to our culture, but has unfortunately kind of just been living in obscurity for years. Y'all never even really heard about this lady, right? You
Mm-mm.
you never heard of Angie Stone either, Jalen, right? You probably heard of her, but not like you've heard of.
I can't hear you. I can't hear him.
I can't hear Jalen either.
Oh, my bad.
You can't. You don't know her like Taylor Swift.
Right. I've seen Taylor Swift a lot more in my life than Angie Stone.
So I'm pooping on the Swifties. I'm going out with that.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine. I gotta watch my back. I live in Nashville. I can't.
Yeah, you do.
It might be. They strong out here, y'all. They got it on they like they got Swifties on their windows, on the back of their windows and stuff. It's crazy out here. But the Swiftie reign is over. Her husband or her boyfriend just lost the Super Bowl and didn't have more than 50 yards. So
Literally.
but
I hope what you said is true.
no, it's a fact. It's a fact. But no, we always end this show.
No, it is not a fact that reign is over. Taylor Swift is still trending heavy.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's not going anywhere.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Taylor Swift is like Drake.
She said that with the same energy.
What'd you say?
You said that with that same energy, that Drake energy. That's so funny. Would you go to a Taylor Swift concert, Nia?
No. Probably if you would have asked me like when I was in 8th grade, I would have said yes. But
I heard her performances are like dope though. They said she performed in the rain.
Well, let's go to one. Let's go to a Taylor Swift concert together.
I'm busy.
Okay.
I'm busy. I'm so busy. But yeah, man. Like I said, this has really been really good, and I'm excited that we got here, episode 3, and many more to come. Many more great discussions. Many more Is It That Deep segments on the way. Many more amazing perspectives from Dr. Doug. I think you do a really good job on here. This is what for a long time I really just wanted you to be yourself on camera, and I think this is the
How am I doing?
I think you're doing really good. Nia, you remember he used to be that camera come on and he'd be all
yes.
But now he's pooping on the Swifties. Look at him. He ain't scared.
Literally, he don't care.
I ain't mad at you, Dr. Doug. We went good across that water, it get different. Anyway. But yes, I like to propose this question at the end of every Party Pooper show. What got you through today?
I'm gonna let Nia take the floor on this one.
Like just in general, outside of this podcast.
Correct. Yeah. Just what helped you push through any moment of the day, or it could be big, small, just anything that got you through a moment, through the day.
It was really beautiful outside. Sun was shining, birds were chirping. It felt nice. Just made me want to, seize the day. Over the past weekend, it was really rainy. There was thunderstorms, so it was nice to see the sun. That got me moving. Opening the blinds.
Come on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel.
That's fire. I like that.
It's a new day. Shout out to Harry. What's his name? Harry Connick? No, that's not Harry Connick. Michael Bublé.
Oh.
Nina Simone. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, there's a song called
we know who it is.
The New Day?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling good. So party poopers, feeling real good out here. Nia, that was great. You moved me.
Thank y'all.
What got you through today, Dr. Doug?
You know what? Knowing that we were going to do this today, it was really kind of set my day. I guess on a path this morning. I got up early this morning. I got out there. I ran about a half a mile to the gym. I used to drive a half a mile to the gym. Then I said to myself, why not just walk or run over there? Because it's like literally
Right
across
there.
the thing, right? So I did that. I did like 60 to 100 squats. Did you know that, that squats can help prevent osteoporosis? Like if you do nothing but squats consistently, it can reduce the likelihood of contracting or incurring osteoporosis in later years because of the weight, the resistance that it puts on your spine and the biggest muscles in your body, which are
Your legs.
your legs, quads,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that. So I've been on that. My boy Dewan, shout out to my homeboy Dewan, sent me this Instagram post that said if you can do 50 to 60 squats, then you're pretty much top tier athletic shape. So, I thugged it out. I've been doing my 50. First day I couldn't do 50 or 40 or 50 yet, but I've been doing 60 of those. I did my push ups and I did my pull ups. So that that started my day. I made me some protein pancakes. You know, you and I had a great conversation today. I think we challenge each other in different ways to be better, stronger, and and seeing my beautiful daughter here, uh, evolving into this incredible woman is uh, definitely good for my spirit. So all in all and overall, the synergy that's happening here and that led up to this moment got me through this day.
Amazing.
Wow.
Be careful
Thanks,
with them,
man.
with all them squats though, man. You call that a Dominican Republic BBL. You
It gonna get thick.
Hey, that's crazy right there.
know? That's funny, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, hey, you know I like wearing my pants tight.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta stop that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't support.
What
Um.
you? Okay.
What?
When I was just in Nashville, you certainly had some very tight
That was
some.
one time.
Okay, them
That was one.
things was definitely hugging them
Come on. Just
them
calm
uh,
down.
them
Just calm down.
nutters.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. What got me through the day was having something to do. Um, I started a run club last night, and I did I played basketball for 2.5 hours after that,
Mm.
and I think I worked out in the morning too. So my body was like beat down when I got home last night and when I woke up. So um, but I had stuff to do. So I think if I didn't have anything to do, it would have been a lazy day for me. But and it hurt to just take a couple steps. So, but I had a lot of places to be. So stay busy. I heard somebody say at the run club yesterday. This guy was just like, man, you doing this, you doing that, and you here. He was talking to another guy. He was like, man, it's 24 hours in a day, and
Mm-hmm.
we really take those for granted sometimes. Even Dad mentioned today, like sometimes you stay up late and you wake up early. You know what I'm saying? So it's really up to you. And it's so cliche, y'all. Like it sounds so cliche to use those hours, but
It
you don't
really
have to.
do.
If you're trying to get after something, if it could be something that you're doing. Somebody's up, while you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, if you want to, what I'm saying, take advantage of that. So yeah, just having something to do today got me through, and um, still got more to do. So I'm finna get on up out of here.
Hey man. Hey, before we get up out here, I just want to say I'm so proud of the two of you. I give y'all a hard time a lot and apply pressure because I know that y'all can handle it. And not just because that I know you can handle it, but I have certainly have a um, I have high expectations for you, but I also know that the two of you are capable of achieving greatness. Jalen, you and I talk about greatness all the time, and Nia, you've heard these conversations. Doing the stuff and I think both of you are exceptional in your own ways. And so, I lean on the two of you to, to basically to extract so that because I know nobody's going to do it like me. Number one, nobody's going to push you and challenge you and irritate you like me. Would you agree or disagree?
I agree.
So, and when I say that, I'm so happy and so just overjoyed, not just because we're here, but I really think that we've got as I told you, Jalen, I think we got an incredible opportunity to build upon this thing, and I think it's going to be impactful for a lot of other people, not just us, not just our small little circle, but I think this has the potential to be something global, you know. And Ani, I'm so glad you're here. I can't stress it enough.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
I didn't think you were gonna stay the whole time, but
She made it.
I made it.
that's right.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's
And
what's
next
up.
time we got to spend a little bit more time together and get your frame together.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we gotta work
I
on
need
it.
to get it set up. I need to get
The
a
the
microphone.
background is popping though.
Y'all like my background?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the background is popping. You just gotta get it.
yeah,
Yeah. I need to get a camera. A
yeah.
tripod.
You got a
Something like
tripod?
no.
Hmm.
What are you using your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I couldn't get it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, we're not gonna discuss the technical difficulties here.
Okay.
But
All right.
this has
All
been
right.
great. Episode 3, Party Poopers. We will be back in a week. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Bye.